Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 6 of the Armed Forces iRacing League, season number 3. Today we're at Rudskogen, if I could say that correctly, in today's stream. We did have some early reports of some heavy rain. However, the clouds must have rolled away and let some sunshine come down onto the track. Maybe saving drivers from a hectic one today. Got about 2 minutes left to qualify, and we're watching newcomer Joshua Sutherland representing the Plains Club. Currently, about 8 people out here today. A couple Acuras, a couple Vets, BMW, Ferrari, a Mustang, and that's about it. McLaren. Curtis Matthews currently pole position. See if anyone else can get lap time in. Only a couple more races left of the season, and we will be done with season 3. Some good competition throughout the season so far. A lot of newcomers as well. Definitely have shown their speed and skill. Like Curtis, he's been at the top many times. See if he can get a good start this race. Unlike last week, his headset had some difficulties, technical difficulties last week. That's why we saw him start from the back and finish in second. Still a really good race for him, just a little rough at the start, having to work his way through the field. So hopefully we can talk to him on the podium today. Let's go over our race results. Starting on pole position, Curtis Matthews with a 123.3. Tristan Lewis in second, starting in second. He had a good qualifying effort. Jason Black in third position. Zach Miller running out your second row. Good to see him back. Sean Sullivan starting P5. Joshua Sutherland P6. Brian Johnson P7. Charles Barr P8. And Jacob Ross is just doing some admin duty, so he's not racing today. As we get to formation, lapping it, call it. Solid field out as we see the pace car dip into pit lane. About to go green here at Rudskogen.
Green, green, green.
We are underway. Curtis getting a good jump. Got a clean start. As we are going too wide for the race lead. Tristan Lewis up the inside of Curtis. It looks like he's about to make the move. And he did. He squeezed him out a little bit. Good to get those elbows out. Tristan made a confident move down this time. Inherits the race lead. Curtis Matthews right on the back bumper of Tristan Lewis, though. He's eager to get that back. multiple passes being made in the backfield. Jacob Ross actually racing. He's starting from the back. I apologize for that. I like that paint scheme representing the Air Force gaming community. As we head back over to our leaders, Tristan Lewis taking the credit for leading the first lap after passing Curtis Matthews. Looks to be in turn 3 and 4. Jason Black hanging back in third right now. Curtis eager, man, he's trying to put down the pressure on your race leader, Tristan Lewis. Tristan Lewis out to a good start, however. Ooh, Curtis Matthews going up the inside off the exit. Gonna be able to make it work. Tristan's got the inside, may be able to put down the power, and it looks like he will be able to get that power down. Curtis just not able to get that power down on the outside line. Out there. These two guys going at it. Curtis getting a little bit loose. Jason Black hanging back there with the fastest race lap. He's catching up to your race leaders. Is he going to be able to put pressure on Curtis, make him fall back a little bit? Or are we going to see Curtis come back and pressure that leader again? Like Joshua Sutherland made a small mistake. A little loose. At least he stays out of the wall. Trying to run away, but we see Curtis Matthew. He put down the fastest lap of the race that lap. The top three almost identical on lap times, however. Almost looks like they're gonna wreck coming down that hill, but they keep it together. Just a lot of bumps and vibrations going through the suspension of the cars here at Rudskogen. A lot of cambered and off-center turns. Definitely make it interesting to watch this. Zach Miller unfortunately crashed a little bit ago, so we'll go and watch what happened there. Maybe just got a little sideways coming down the hill under braking. It looks like that's the case. Keeps it out of the wall. Good job by him. Let's just see Brian Johnson taking evasive action. Just clipping the wall, unfortunately. So we go back to our leaders again. Tristan Lewis again taking the fastest lap of the race. These gentlemen are going back and forth. They're not giving an inch to each other. Tristan Lewis, good to see him out in the front. He has been strong at some tracks, but he hasn't had quite a dominant performance yet, like some other drivers. Currently, the first 5 laps he's been out in the lead, holding off Curtis Matthews, or charging Curtis Matthews from taking that lead back. We're going to have to see if he keeps his tires up under himself and see if he can beat Curtis on tires. These cars are limited to 30% fuel, so that forces drivers to make a pit stop. So we'll have to see how fast they get in and out of the box. Looks like Tristan's trying to drive the rubber off them tires. Maybe he's not taking. Oh, as we see Curtis get a little loose, go off track, but he saves it. He did not lose too much time. He is back just over a second. He's definitely still in this race. Certainly, Tristan makes a similar mistake. Tristan's got to be careful though. He's getting squirrely a lot around entries and exits, so that over time leads to higher tire temperatures, giving you stability. Jacob Ross, looking up at the leaderboard, is now in P4, only about 12 seconds off your race leader, and he is up there doing similar times to the leaders. Not quite as fast, but has made his way through most of the pack. As we see Curtis closing back in on Tristan Lewis. Curtis really good in the brakes on that Acura. Able to get the cars stopped pretty late in comparison. As we see him looking up the inside almost. These drivers neck and neck currently. As we see Curtis going down the inside, pressuring Tristan Lewis, not able to make it stick, holds off Curtis for yet another lap. Curtis not backing down 1 inch though. He is so close to the back bumper of Tristan. We're going to see a move. I could tell he wants to make one really bad. He is almost staying glued to Tristan's back bumper. Just almost 10 minutes into this race. Rudskogen doesn't look like an easy track to pass at unless it's on the front straightaway into turn 1, or unless you make a mistake or everyone's bunched up, and that's what happened at the race lead. But it's going to be quite difficult for Curtis to get around Tristan unless he gets some kind of crazy run and picks a line and just takes him for surprise. Curtis Matthews at last lap with the fastest race lap yet again, 23.2, coming out of the final corner. Tristan and Curtis heading down the straightaway. Just trying to tuck into that draft, but not enough. Has to settle in second for lap number 8 so far. Curtis just trying to stay in his mirrors. Pressure a little bit. As we have a driver off track, just getting in the way of our race leaders there, Charles Barr, getting in the way of P3 currently. It's kind of hard for Charles to get out of the way here at this very twisty and turn track. As we see Tristan go a little wide, manages to get the power down though to defend yet again. If I was Curtis Curtis Matthews, I'd be a little frustrated right now. It's hard to get around the race leader. I know he's eager to. He's got to remain smart. He's got to remain patient and capitalize on one of these corners. He's going to get a good draft out of that final corner every time, but I guess that Corvette is able to hold on. Looks like Sean Sullivan had a instant under braking, able to keep it out of the wall though. So head back over to our race leaders yet again. Neck and neck with these drivers. Doing very well at the moment. Curtis going wide. Maybe just got a little spooked that he was closing in on Tristan. Just made a slight mistake as we see him spin. Ladies and gentlemen, Curtis Matthews spun. Unfortunately, maybe just getting a little too impatient. Maybe his tires are a little hot from the heavy braking he had to do. Maybe that's probably the case. He's back in third going into the pit lane. Maybe just as a breather to get those tires cooled down. Ladies and gentlemen, Curtis Matthews in fourth position at the moment in pit lane. Tristan Lewis maybe to pull away, feeling no pressure. Hopefully he can capitalize on this. I'm sure Curtis is hoping that he might make a mistake while Curtis is taking a breather in the pit lane. Curtis back out on the track in P4. So he's ahead of the lap traffic, almost coming out behind P5, but just able to squeeze by. So over to Jason Black. P2 has been staying in P2. Excuse me, P3. Now in P2 since Curtis pit. He's been just staying kind of in the backfield, waiting for something to happen, just like it did. Jason Black able to capitalize on that. Jacob Ross up into P3 as well. Not too far behind everybody. Started at the very back, but he is staying consistently in 124s. As we get a little bit of commentator curse, see him go off track a little bit. Curtis Matthews unfortunately just crashed again, I think. Let's go back and review that. Unfortunate for him. I know he's really trying to get back up. Yep, just under braking, unfortunately. Maybe the brake bias a little too forward. That's got to be devastating for his day. I know he's trying really hard to get that race win. I don't think it's going to happen today, ladies and gentlemen. Just getting a little too unsettled under braking. Sullivan in fourth position in the good old American Mustang. P4 at the moment. Joshua Sutherland in P5. Curtis Matthews in P6. Trying to get some position. Zach Miller coming down the pit lane. Charles Barr trying to hang in there in P9. He is a bit newer to this game. He's been doing well. See a bunch of race lead lap orders going by. This battle for B4 is heating up. As we see Sean Sullivan take a spin. Able to stay out on the wall. Curtis Matthews getting around Joshua Sutherland for P4 now. Good to see him climb back up the grid. Joshua Sutherland not doing bad for his first outing here at the Armed Forces iRacing League. The only Acura alongside Curtis. Minutes into this race, just 10 minutes remaining. Jason Black coming out of the pits right in front of what was our race leader, Tristan Lewis. Looked like Jason was just a bit quicker throughout our whole stop. As we barely missed the incident, Joshua Sutherland appears to be sideways on the outside lane of the track. Both the leaders able to get by without further incident. Jason Black trying to hold on to this lead. Just 10 minutes to go, lap 14. Can he make it work? He's going to have to pull out some good defensive moves. If he wants to get his first race win, I think it would be his first race win, maybe first podium as well. Please forgive me if that's incorrect. But Jason Black definitely having a good race today. Just going a little wide, able to hold it together. As we see this incident. It's a little odd. Tristan Lewis getting by, now inheriting the race lead. That settles that. Tristan Lewis looking to pull away, get his first race win. Looks like Jacob Ross and Curtis Matthews are having a good battle for P3. Send it over to them. Curtis Matthews must be getting tired of that Corvette rear bumper. As we see Jacob go a little wide, Curtis Matthews getting by on the inside. He said, "I'm done looking at the rear end of that Corvette today. Gotta get by him." Able to make the move work. Curtis Matthews back on the podium in third position. They're only about 5 seconds or so from the lead. Can Curtis make an incredible comeback? He's got 8 minutes to do the job. Oh, as we see Curtis Matthews get into the wall. No way, ladies and gentlemen. Curtis Matthews getting a tank slapper, and it looks like his day is done. Broken left rear suspension. He's trying to fight for something. His car's crabbing, but he's still out there driving her. He ain't done yet. Curtis Matthews is not done yet. His car is mangled in the rear. Just getting loose. Let's go back and watch that. Just out of nowhere, snap oversteer. Putting the... Yeah, he's just getting on it. And boom, snap oversteer. Tries to save it. Big old tank slapper into the wall. Boom. Unfortunate. His car must be a little messed up on the steering, but he's still going. Getting a little loose going through there again. I can't believe he's still driving that thing. He's not gave up yet. Tristan Lewis, your race leader, still out in front. Been out in front all race. He does not back down from the loud pedal. Tristan Lewis coming up on after Sean Sullivan. What is Sean going to do here? As I just heard some more tires getting Curtis Matthews, unfortunately involved in another one. And it looks like his day is now done. Same thing again, just unable to maybe an technical issue with his car, unable to get going on track. as we see Tristan Lewis coming by Sean Sullivan. For race lead. This is definitely putting a damper into Jason Black's winning effort. Unable to get by him as fast as Tristan did. Tristan able to extend that gap to now 2 seconds. Jacob Ross trying to get by Sean Sullivan as well to maybe get second place. As we see Sean Sullivan just getting a little bit loose back there. Maybe looped it around. Jason Black still staying in the fight. About 1.5 seconds back from your race leader. Maybe he's trying to push that car to the limit. Even more so. Sideways. He's definitely pushing, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Black has remained fairly consistent throughout the whole race. Staying in the 24s. Jacob Ross seems to be closing that gap ever so slightly. Seconds about to start heating up, ladies and gentlemen. The gap is less than half a second. This is about to get hectic here for P number 2. Jacob Ross looking down the inside of Jason Black, maybe trying to get in his mirrors. Jason pushing like crazy, trying to stay in front. Jason taking a defensive line. Able to get the power down quickly. Again, taking another defensive line. That's got to hurt his exit. The gap is coming down and down and down. Jacob Ross doing the over-under. Able to get up in the inside of Jason able to get more power down and able to hold off Jacob Ross for P2 at the checkered flag. What a finish. Tristan Lewis, your race leader. Jason Black, P2. Jacob Ross, P3. Sean Sullivan finishing in 4th. Joshua Sutherland, 5th position. Brian Johnson, P6. Charles Barr, P7. Curtis Matthews, P8. And Zach Miller finishing in P9. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. as we will try to get our podium finishers in the broadcast booth for some interviews. We will go ahead and pull Jacob Ross up in here. Jacob Ross, P3. Jacob, do you have a copy?
Yeah.
Brother.
Mic check, mic check.
Yes, sir, Jason. Hold on one sec. All right, Jacob Ross, your P3 finisher. Jacob, how'd that race go for you, brother?
It went better than I expected. I thought I was going to get stuck to the
Mic check,
back
mic
and probably
check.
spin out, but yeah, I pushed the entire race, and towards the end, I almost had him on that drag race at the end, but that was a ton of fun.
Yes, sir. Definitely looked interesting at that race end. I made a slight mistake at the beginning. Thought you were just watching. But lo and behold, you started in P9 and came back past most of the mid-pack early on in the race. Tell us how that went navigating through all the traffic there.
It was tough, but I don't know. It just drove really well. I don't know what it is about these conditions, but it was a lot better than even the practice session. So I felt like I had a lot more grip.
It did look like you were doing very consistent lap times, not getting sideways like some of the other people. Tell us, did you have any close contacts with everybody? A lot of drivers were having some issues. Did you have any issues yourself, or everything pretty clean? Didn't have to avoid much, or?
Didn't really have to avoid any wrecks. There was a little contact at the beginning of the race going down that first downhill, but nothing that I think destroyed either person's race. So
Sounds good. All right. We will now talk to P number 2, Jason Black. Jason Black, do you have a copy? Hello, Jason. Mr. Jason Black, do you have a copy? Sounds like Jason's having some technical issues. Jason just having
Mic check,
some.
mic check.
Yep. Got a copy. Do you hear me? Hello? All right. Let's go ahead and try to retry that. Jason Black, do you have a copy? All right. We're going to move to our race leader, Tristan Lewis. Tristan, do you have a copy?
I do.
Hey, Tristan. Tell us, at that race start, you were just able to get up under Curtis and get that race lead. What was going through your mind through all that?
I was trying to get ahead of him early, so hopefully I can defend him and kind of conserve my tires for later on in the race, because I figured we would have a battle at the end. But yeah, I just wanted to get ahead early and just hopefully stay up there.
Yeah, it looked like you were definitely trying to pull out a lot of defensive moves, against a charging Curtis Matthews. Tell us about that. That looked, for the first 10, 20 minutes, you were constantly just holding him off, and yeah.
Like I said, I was trying to keep a balance between saving my tires and defending, or being aggressive enough to stay ahead of him. But yeah, every week he's quick, and it's always a battle between us at least some point in the race.
Oh yeah, I thought he was gonna maybe get that race win today, but just unfortunate, made a couple of mistakes, had some trouble with his vehicle. But you came out on top today in P1 after starting on the front row with Curtis. Definitely good to see you get your race win. Is this your first win of the season? It might
This
not,
season,
but
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it
this
is.
season is
Yeah,
my first.
that's so cool to see. Definitely been up there to get some this season, but today able to make it work, able to get that race win. Thank you for coming and talking to us today. Hope to see you out on track. I think in 2 weeks' time, next week is going to be a break due to the iRacing special event. But thanks again, brother.
I appreciate it.
Jason Black, your P2 finisher. Do we have a copy, Mr. Black?
You got me. I'm on here now.
All right, sounds good. Tell us, how'd that race go for you, brother?
Oh man, I don't even know. I qualified third, I think, and then I just tried to keep up with Curtis and Tristan the whole time. And Curtis had a little issue there. He spun out. I got in a second, and I tried to hold on to it. And Jake was really closing down quick there at the end, so we had a little battle there at the end. I kind of thought I might have checked him up a little hard a couple times on accident because I kind of got off my line, but nothing happened. We didn't have any hits or anything, so it was all clean. But it was getting kind of tight there at the end.
So, did you like try to save fuel or anything? So, you were the last person to pit, and you came out in front of the race leader, making yourself the race leader. Tell us how that went and how your strategy played out.
That was actually luck. I still had 4 more laps of fuel left. I didn't think I was saving anything, so I was like, well, I'm in the lead now. I was just playing. I was just aiming for a podium finish, to be honest with you. And so when I came out in the lead, I was like, oh man, I got a chance. And Tristan caught up to me, and he just had more speed than I did. I couldn't keep up with him.
Did you have like a slowdown going into one of the corners? It looked like you just kind of went offline and
Yeah.
almost got in. He almost got into you. Luckily, he didn't.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. I kind of got a slow down there, and I tried to go outside a little bit to let him go by, and I guess he didn't quite read that, so we almost got in a little collision there. But luckily, he was able to avoid that, and we kept going.
Yeah. Good that y'all didn't get into that. A lot of drivers were having issues with traction and under braking, especially. Did you have any of that today?
For me, this track has always been kind of a slick track. So then when I thought we were going to have some rain, I started practicing in the rain, and then it was dry. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah,
So
it looked like the forecasting member was a little inaccurate, but we got we got some sunshine out there today. Well,
Yes, sir.
good to see you up on the podium in P2, brother. Are
Yeah.
you looking forward to this special event bye week next week, and maybe practicing a little bit more for Okayama?
I'm probably going to just do some more practice for Yokoyama. I don't have a team, and not a lot of people run the McLaren I can't find, so I'm kind of by myself, and that's about the only car I can drive halfway decent.
Well, that's good to hear. I hope you have a good bye week and able to get some practice in. Good to hear from you, Mr. Black. You have a good day.
Thank you very much, Alex. Take care.
You as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to round 6 of the Armed Forces iRacing League Season 3. Again, next week, March 22nd, is a bye week for the iRacing Sebring 12 hours. So tune in to iRacing for that. And then March 29th, we'll come back for round number 7 at Okayama International, our penultimate round of the season. And we'll be getting into some good battles there for sure. Tight track, just like Rudskogen. So, everyone, I hope you guys have a good Air Force day and have a blessed day.